One of the key moments in the Godforge cinematic is the destruction of the Aether Well, only we don't know if it was destroyed by agents of order or agents of chaos. Or do we? Welcome to the Adventures of Adam. I'm Adam, let's adventure. If we look back to the Godforge cinematic, we can see the black bird or crow entering a chamber, being followed by a hooded figure who we learned was Gilgamesh. The general consensus is the crow is none other than the Morrigan. Credit to Ragewood for this discovery.
The Triskelion is often associated with the Morrigan. She is known for her shape-shifting abilities, particularly that as a raven or a crow.
The Morrigan, as she is known in Irish mythology, or also known as Morgan Le Fay in Arthurian legend, according to her Wikipedia, the Morrigan is associated with war and fate, especially with foretelling doom, death, or victory in battle. The wiki goes on to establish that in the Arthurian legend, Morrigan is known to wield power over others to achieve her own purposes. Now, it's my personal belief that the Morrigan struck a bargain with Gilgamesh, giving him an offer he couldn't refuse. You see, after teaming up with Enkidu to slay the Bull of the Heavens, which we can see the Bull of Heavens depicted on Gilgamesh's axe, the gods were enraged and decided one of them must be punished. Now, it was Enkidu who paid the ultimate price, leaving Gilgamesh to mourn him. I believe the Morrigan offered to bring Enkidu back from the underworld if Gilgamesh agreed to do her bidding and destroy the Aether Well. Now, if we take a look at Gilgamesh in-game, we can see he is aligned with Order, heavily implying that whoever was pulling his strings is aligned with Order too. Or maybe it goes even deeper than that. Maybe the Morrigan is Order itself. Now, if we look at the tooltip of Order in-game, it reads, "This hero has aligned themselves to Order, the great architect, artisan of the cosmos, she who craves control, protector of what is." Now, I'm starting to think that it's entirely plausible that the Morrigan is this entity we come to know as Order. And here is how I arrived at that conclusion. All right, so let's take a look at this little sneak peek that was given to us by the Fateless team to share with you guys.
I remember the world before. Arrogant gods ruled from on high, while weak men groveled and appeased them. It was the way of things. Then the world shattered, and everything changed. A new world arose, filled with even stranger gods and monsters, sorcerers and kings. Now all vying for power and supremacy over reborn stars and resurrected Earth. Fighting over the treasures of a hellish beast unleashed from the abyss. I was chosen to witness these events.
Ooh, but who is this guy chosen by? If you notice here, he's got a Hell Hades emblem on his medallion here. Maybe Simon, aka Hell Hades, was written into the lore of the universe as some sort of benevolent god. And this is sort of his prophet chosen to witness all of these things and report back to him. That's interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think this is just a fun little Easter egg that they put in here, or do you think there's some sort of lore and story implications behind it?
Just bloody lucky, I guess. I was told the awakening is nigh. Balance will be restored. But blood and fire are all I see. Screams are all I.
The awakening is nigh. Balance will be restored. Almost as if somebody knows the fate of the multiverse. Maybe like a harbinger of fate, like the Morrigan, for example. Or it could be that balance is nigh, or what was the exact words? The awakening is nigh, balance will be restored. This could be the entity we know that heroes have aligned themselves with, known as Order. And this, where it says fighting over the treasures of a hellish beast unleashed from the abyss. This hellish beast could be the entity we've come to know as Chaos, that some of the heroes have aligned themselves with. So this could be speaking of the battle between Order and Chaos. When I first watched this, I thought that the hellish beast was Chaos, and I assumed that was the Morrigan. because I was thinking that the Morrigan was perhaps an evildoer of sorts. Now I'm inclined to believe that the entity who is speaking to the Sentinel, that's telling him the awakening is nigh, balance will be restored. Maybe this is the Morrigan speaking to the Sentinel, and the Morrigan is the entity we come to know as Order.
Is nigh. Balance will be restored. But blood and fire are all I see. Screams are all I hear. And the stench of death lingers. If you ask me, this new world is far, far worse than the last. And it will take more than gods or men to set things right.
Okay, so there it is. Those are my theories on it. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Who do you think this Sentinel is? I think perhaps maybe he is a prophet of the Morrigan, set to report to her on all the things he sees in this new world that's been formed. I think it could be that the Morrigan is this entity we come to know as Order, and this hellish beast could very well be the entity we come to know as Chaos, that these heroes have aligned themselves with respectively. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you all in another video soon, but until next time, everyone, take care.